Hey, everybody, and welcome to Little Bits of Awesome podcast. We are so happy that you're here, and I wanted to first introduce you to that just most genuine, lovely, kind, loyal, ambitious, and enthusiastic.
Oh, yes.
That is my sister.
I am definitely enthusiastic.
That is my sister, Emily Ingeman, right over there.
That's right. What's up, Cass?
What's up?
You have brows that'll just stop everyone dead in their
Stop traffic.
tracks. Yeah.
Did you notice my brows today, Pidge?
Did you get them re-tattooed?
No.
I didn't get them re-tattooed. I want
to tell more about amazing things about you.
Oh,
But then
I'll
we'll
go
back.
with just great brows.
No, great brows. Great jaw structure. Gorgeous, witty, fun, spontaneous, sassy.
Thanks.
And don't cross her.
Yeah.
Don't you dare cross her.
Park in her spot.
Nope, and her name is Cass Martin. That's right.
That's right. Sometimes if you cross me, you get a little more of the sass, a little less of the Cass.
Ooh,
Doesn't
there you
happen
go.
very often.
No.
I feel like
It
I've
happens.
seen that before.
Oh, probably. It comes out very natural.
Yep.
You know, every once in a while, I think that I used to drop attitude more.
Yeah, you've been working on being less, just dialing back on the sass.
Just really asking myself, why am I so bothered about that? Like, that's really not a big deal, and I'm the only one who's living with it.
Yeah.
So,
are you going to tell us more about your brows?
oh yeah, so we're influenced on Instagram, as we know.
I thought you were going to say, we're influencers.
We try and influence you guys for good and also for merch.
That's
What?
right.
What?
Oh.
I know.
Nice. I want you to use the dashboard and the sound effects, please. Just
But give us a
come
shush.
on. Yes.
There's
It
your
just
merch.
makes me feel so excited when he
It
does the
feels
little
so
sound effects. Yeah.
professional.
It does. And that's what we're here to do.
It's pretty cheesy.
No, we love. Do you know us?
Also,
are cheesy.
Lots of feedback from last week.
Everybody missing the Pidge. I was just going to say
yeah.
that.
And you guys, all the fans out there.
Yeah. Apologize.
I'm sorry.
Now.
Yes.
You
Even my
had to-
mom.
You had to listen to these two
Yes.
without my witty banter.
Exactly.
Without my Pidge perspective.
chiming in.
Yep.
Yes, Pidge perspective.
Without your pitch
Powerful.
perspective, pitch personality. And let me tell you something. Today, Pidge is bringing it back to where it all started.
True.
With the
he doesn't have a
pigeon
camera on him,
sweatshirt.
unfortunately. He is wearing the embroidered Pidge sweatshirt that
You already did a reel. People can go to your Insta and
not
I
in
did a
that
story.
sweatshirt.
same.
Stand up and
Yeah,
show
yeah.
me your.
Oh my gosh.
Do a spin.
Yep.
So anyway, this is the shirt. This is the sweatshirt.
Yep.
And he's been hiding it from us because he just feels like now it draws a lot of attention to the pigeon. But
But then you saw somebody wearing it on TV, and you're like, "Those freaking girls! I've been hiding my pigeon sweatshirt every Tuesday,
and we're offended.
bringing it back."
My wife did a little call out on me. So
Yeah.
He's like, "Hello, you spent a buttload of money on that pigeon sweatshirt. You
didn't.
know you did. It ain't your average sweatshirt."
So how about this?
Yeah.
I did an at-home brow lamination kit.
You really nailed it. Did you only do it once and it's been staying like this?
I did it twice because I realized I did one eye much better than the other. So I did my left eye way better, and then
Did you brush up and trim? Because
I
they're
did.
so crisp.
I did trim afterward
Okay,
because I thought some of them
beautifully
had really gone astray.
Yeah. They're beautiful. Pigeon, take notes. We'll be laminating your brows very soon.
Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be a great activity?
No, I'm good.
That
It doesn't
would be
take that long.
something.
I was actually pretty surprised. It takes like a
Really?
half hour. You do.
I'm a little nervous.
Can we
For
do
my-
it?
for
I'll do
myself.
it for you. So this is what happens. My brows, like women, we like to do like a brow gel.
Mm-hmm.
Brow gels don't work with my brows. I have a very strong brow. It's shooting straight out. It'll poke you right in
They
the
go,
eye if you're
right?
not careful.
You know, Oprah Winfrey's eyelashes grew out. I remember her talking about that. Like she would go to hair and makeup, and they'd have to put fake lashes on, and her eyelashes grow straight out, similar to your.
That's
brow.
what my
So
brow.
you
Me and Oprah, we have so many things in common.
I knew it.
So many.
So many things.
Oh my
Oprah, if you're
goodness.
listening, I love you.
Yep, you understand the pain.
That's right.
She's a longtime listener, I'm sure.
I think so.
She is tuned in. There's no doubt.
So this is actually an interesting thing. So first off,
Yeah,
let's jump into the podcast.
let's do it.
You're
We're into it.
How many minutes aren't we in? I think we
5
started.
minutes in.
Well, I got a little bit of.
Yeah, but we're going to do
Is this all the
That's
intro?
awesome.
That's the intro.
That was an intro. It was great.
There's an intro.
And everybody, thanks for tuning in. And again, sorry for last week.
Yep.
Sorry about the microphone.
Yeah.
Sorry about the clips.
The sound wasn't the best last week. We blame Pigeon. We had him on FaceTime. Don't chime in yet. Chime in yet.
Mm-hmm.
We had him on FaceTime. He said, okay, perfect. Bring number 1 all the way down. Bring number 2 here. Bring number 3 here.
I didn't touch
Boom.
one thing that I was not instructed to touch.
And then he called Kass out and he said, well, you
turned
managed
down
to
the
turn
wrong
down the
microphone.
wrong microphone. And she was just like, watch yourself,
I
Pidge.
feel like you read my texts with way more attitude than I send them.
Well, because you want to know what we're
That's what
lacking
we like.
a little bit of? Enthusiasm.
My gift game.
Yeah. No, you excel in the gift game beyond. But we like colorful words. So if we send you something that needs some sort of adjective back, you need to add like 3 or 4.
Like, you
know?
guys are so awesome. I really appreciate you.
So
Thanks
sorry
for
that I turned the mic down, but you guys still killed it. Everything was awesome. You are awesome. Thank you so much for all
being
that
so
you do.
awesome.
There's a lot
You taking
of awesome.
notes?
It is.
Oh, yeah. Awesome,
I thought
is
you
our
guys
word.
only needed little bits of awesome. Turns out you need lots of awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a full
And I'll work
discussion
on that.
on the way here.
Yep.
Everyone needs to remember this, and I know you know this, Pidge, very well. Little bits, never think that is like underplaying the magnitude of awesome, okay? Little bits of awesome equal lots, okay? It's profound. I want everyone to repeat with me.
That's a gem that has been dropped.
Little bits, lots of little bits equal lots, okay?
I want you just to kind of scoop it in. One little tiny little bit.
I am feeling like my mic is like kind of slowly sinking down and getting further away from me.
Do you need some help?
I think I secured it, but it's just I'm getting this feeling. Do I need help? Does it seem low? Okay.
So listen
Keep
to this.
rolling. Okay.
Emily and I had a fantastic.
Thank
well,
you so
that's
much, sir.
awesome.
Oh, we sure did.
So this past weekend,
A little lower pitch, a little lower. You know.
Just keep talking.
Okay, keep talking. Never mind the squeaks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Nope, too high pitch. I cannot sit. My posture's good, but not that good. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So this past weekend, I spoke at an event.
True story.
Yeah.
She's hot on the tour right now.
Right. I've been speaking at some events, and it's been feeling great.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm invited to sit in the front row.
Emily's my +1.
Mm-hmm.
Not speaker.
No.
Got it.
No. I'm there for energy, hoots, hollers, best
She's my
friend
hype girl.
making. Yep.
In fact, after I spoke, we had a lunch break, and she goes, "I am so pissed off at you that you can get up on their stage and do that. I'm just tongue-tied."
Who do you think you are? Okay.
Did you dance?
No, we did.
Yeah, but I did. I probably spoke for like 45 minutes to an hour or something, and I was working the crowd left and right, in the middle. I can, I got to make sure people don't feel
dropping gems.
Oh yeah,
dropping gems,
powerful gems. Yep,
dropping gems, and it felt great. There was great energy, and what's interesting is I had zero idea of what to expect. I didn't know if this
really
was
know
like
the event she was attending and was speaking at.
I didn't want to put pressure on what it was going to be, so I just thought, if there's 10 people, if there's 50 people, that's great. Well, there was 200 people.
Mm-hmm. Sold out event.
The
event was called Love Yourself.
Yeah, it was a women's retreat.
Self-confidence.
And
right up our alley.
It was so awesome. So a couple great things. We had a very, first off, we got started, we were a little ahead of schedule. I don't know how this happened. And I was like, you guys, my +1 is not here yet. So I'm on stage, I'm getting audio, I'm making sure everything is connected. And I said, okay, so she told me she's on her way. So I don't know exactly when she's going to arrive. But when she does,
are you hearing this pitch?
I am.
I want everybody to turn and clap.
And standing ovation.
No. So then David Butler, who was the MC, who is so dynamic, charismatic,
awesome.
Such a party.
Yeah, such a party.
He said, no, we should do a standing ovation and clap. So Emily walks in.
Well, whoa, let's rewind. So everyone knows about the exploded buttocks, okay?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Did you share it?
No, she didn't share it, but
everyone here on the pod
does. Know. Everyone here on the
Oh.
pod knows. So exploding buttocks is very painful. I drove like 20 minutes to the event. And that's almost the most painful is sitting. Okay. So I've already like extended my seat way back to kind of like do the gas pedal, pushing. I was like fully laid out. I get out of the car and I'm like 100-year-old woman just for a few minutes. I've just got to kind of like stretch out, get that leg.
Yeah,
just
you got
kind of
EBS.
Yeah. You know what is
exploding buttock
exactly?
syndrome.
Yes.
Everybody knows exploding buttock syndrome. So I do not know that the full house is watching me. I don't even want to know what I was doing, but just, you know, the face is showing a little pain. I might have looked in the mirror.
I told them, don't look at her because I don't want to give it away. So nobody saw that.
Oh, hella freaking loot. And then I limped into the door, but I knew that the minute that door opened, I was all smiles, all energy, and I was be walking in, you know, with some style. But I did not know that possibly I was being watched the whole way in. So now everybody, what you need to take away from this is you never know who's watching. Get out of your car with class and with style and with sass.
And you can't trust me. I might bring
for sure.
all the eyes toward you.
Mm-hmm. So carry on.
So the event was...
No, the applaud.
Oh, yeah, everybody applauded her. Yay!
So I opened these big grand doors, and I just instantly feel strange energy. And I just think, did I come in? You know, like you go into like church, and you come in the door that's the front, not the back. And you think, oh boy, this is bad. Everyone's facing the wrong direction. I had that feeling like I've
done something wrong.
I think I've come in the wrong door because the energy is strange. And then all of a sudden, everyone gets their feet cheering, yelling. And then I noticed Kass on the stage, and it all came to me, and it all made sense. I knew exactly what was happening. I took a bow for everybody.
Yep.
I wish I'd really bust a move. You know, next time.
Dropped it.
I wish I dropped
Yes,
into the
I mean,
splits
you've got
another
EBS.
day.
Don't press it, girl. Don't press it. But
Oh my
the event
gosh.
was at River Bridge Event Center in Spanish Fork. It was beautiful, and they had amazing food. They have a culinary
cater there.
company, Shep's Culinary and Services or something like that. It was delicious food, great entertainment, great messages. There was definitely like a handful of lots of different messages, lots of different deliveries, which was great because then everybody could kind of soak in what that meant for them and how they can move forward like in confidence in their life. It felt great, and we definitely had like the hype table.
Oh, yeah, we did.
So it was me, Emily, David Butler, Tia B. Stokes, who was basically like the keynote speaker of the event, and then like our surrounding people. So if somebody needed anything, if they were like, does anybody want to ask a question? We were like, well, I guess we have to because who else is going to?
Oh, we were what are the people
And if there
that
was
are
like
hecklers kind of, but in
Yeah.
all the right ways?
We were the happy hecklers.
The hype people.
Yeah.
Hype, happy hecklers.
Tia, remember she even had me, I had to go, I thought it was a 1-minute challenge. So I thought I was going to have to give as many compliments as I could to the people in 1 minute. But she let me go down and around an entire, like the longest table I've ever seen in all my life.
I almost want to feel like it was like 50 people.
It was
or
50
plus.
people. Just look them right in the eyes and compliment them. Boom, 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 boom. I did that all the way around. And the eyes, I wanted to compliment everyone in their eyys because once you're looking at people in their eyes, you're like, you have beautiful eyes, you know?
Yeah, you can. It's
But I tried to get creative. Your ears, I mean, no.
I love your ears.
Earrings or outfit or hair or skin tone or smile or dimple but I had to get creative, but I complimented at least 50 people in maybe 2 minutes. I was moving.
impressive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Were you worried for me? You think what a challenge?
No. I was like, if there was
Hugging
one
people.
person in this room, that challenge was meant for you. You're so complimentary and good to people.
So sweet. Thank you.
I have a very, very embarrassing and somewhat shameful story I could share right now.
Oh my gosh.
Is it about compliments?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Really?
Yeah.
I'm scared. Share it. Now we all have to know. You're
Well,
worried. You're worried.
I'm a little worried.
Yeah.
So this is what happened. I
Oh,
used to work
boy.
at the Gap.
Oh no.
Just like Kanye.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, he talks about it in his songs.
really?
I didn't know that.
I'm bad at learning lyrics, so
Yep.
sure I've made my own version of that phrase many times.
So there was a girl that I worked with,
Mm-hmm.
and
I think I know where you're going. Yeah? Missing?
uh-uh.
Okay. I thought I
Girl,
knew a story she was going to
listen,
tell.
I've had-
pre-edit on the story.
Yeah, and
I
I was
have
kind of
had
like,
a number of shameful events.
Yeah.
For example, this one guy was like signing the receipt, and I always notice when people are left-handed because I'm left-handed.
Yeah.
And
Your
I was
people.
like, hey, you're left-handed. I'm left-handed. That's awesome. And he just kind of looks at me like, yeah.
Yeah.
He pivots and turns, and he has
Missing.
a totally prosthetic
Yeah.
right hand.
Yeah. But he didn't have to be mean about it.
He did
just
not
said-
have to be mean about it.
No, he did not have to be like, yeah, I had to learn how to be left-handed, when I lost my arm in the war.
Yeah.
Whatever the story might have been.
Totally.
But he was mean about it.
Oh, he just kind of looks at me like, you
You're
dumb
clueless.
girl. Yeah.
Oh.
I've had so many of those stories.
Was that the story?
No, there was another
Oh,
one.
shoot. Yeah.
So I've done a lot of embarrassing things in my life, but what I've learned is that it doesn't really matter. It's always worth putting yourself out there.
Mm-hmm.
And like, stick your foot in your mouth. You live and you learn.
Mm-hmm. Come back a little bit from your mic so we
Just
can
push
hear
your
you
mic
good.
forward.
Yeah.
Slide it forward.
It was
Getting
just like
hit.
right in your
I'm
Just
getting
like in
hit
your throat.
hard
In your
Yeah.
throat.
by both of you guys.
Yeah, you were like, can everyone hear me loud and clear? Yeah.
So Emily was great at giving compliments. And the event as a whole was really, really empowering. And we were supposed to do, I had a number of things conflicting that day.
Mm-hmm.
And all of them basically like all the problems solved themselves.
So
And
we
we
could
were
stay
able
and-
to like stay and be uplifted. And of course, we are the last people to leave.
Mm-hmm. Did that shock you, Pitch?
It does not.
Yeah.
Like we needed to leave early.
Over 200 people there. We were going to leave maybe an hour early from the event ending, but nope. We were there with the cleanup crew.
They were popping all of the balloons.
Yep, taking down all
The chairs were
decor.
stacked. I mean,
And there we were, we just can't.
There
we just can't
we
pull
were.
away,
So something I loved is that when we were there,
Mm-hmm.
I was actually very pleasantly surprised that there was a lot of Little Bits of Awesome podcast listeners.
Really?
Yes. And then
Mm-hmm. Can you
and then
believe
it
it?
kind of turned against
I
us
do.
because they did
Yeah.
a giveaway of the sweatshirt. And so they were like, I want one, I want one, I want one. They all go to the site and then they're like, the sweatshirt's sold out.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, take it up, Pidge.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, you got to get them while they're hot.
You got to get them while they're hot. And the
more
truth
to
is,
come. More
the
to come.
truth is, like, the difference of those two sizes is actually not that big of a difference.
Yeah.
Yes, it's oversized. Yes.
makes sense because there was a few purchases on the larger one.
Oh,
this
good.
Weekend.
Really?
good.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
there's still a few extras left.
Yep. And there's somebody who wants to exchange for a smaller size, and I just keep being like, I am so sorry. I don't have a
But more to come. That's what you
More
always
to
say.
come.
Guess what? More to come.
more to come.
Mhm.
So, is there anything else on the? Well, that's awesome.
Well, that was just the main thing that I wanted to talk about that event and just how inspiring. And as you were saying, there was you and Tia. They had the ballerina
farmer.
farm girl
Uh-huh.
who just everyone kind of telling their different perspectives of just kind of like owning your path, and things may not always go the way that you think they're going to go, but there's beautiful things that are down multiple directions, if you choose to see it that way. And so, of course, your presentation, I told you how mad I was because you were so awesome. Sometimes, when I taste food, sometimes I'm just so disgusted how
It's
good
so
it is,
delicious. I was that.
Yeah. So she was just so good. It was just
Tasty.
made me mad,
I was so good. I was
No,
tasty.
but I am so proud of you. I mean, you nail
Aw.
it. You nail it. You're made for this. And then Tia, of course, tells her whole, her health issues and her cancer and overcoming COVID twice and all of that. But everything just fit so perfectly
Yeah.
in just the messages that we love to share here. And the ballerina farm, her thing was she was one of 12 girls in her class to get a full ride scholarship to Juilliard as a ballerina.
Wow.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know. Very cool.
and she's married
beautiful.
to the guy who founded JetBlue.
His
Sorry.
dad
Yes.
is the founder of JetBlue.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
these two come
pretty
together.
impressive.
And, of course, they're living in New York City. She's going to Juilliard. He is part of this family that starts airlines, So kind of both living extraordinary lives there. And her husband spoke also and talked about how they just really wanted an ordinary life, you know, and that really wasn't, they wanted a life that they could build together and not something that maybe they were chasing these big grand dreams, but
a life that you don't have to take a vacation
that
from.
was what, that's what they said, which was a beautiful thing. And so they took, you know, this life that, and he was helping start up a solar company and went to Brazil and was working nonstop. And so of course she didn't see him much. And so they decided this is not the life that we want. We want a life together. And so they do research, they buy this farm, and she's pregnant with her 7th baby that is due any minute. And they just have this farm with 6 kids running around, almost 7. And they're full-blown farmers now, and they have their own like meat line, and they're doing kitchen gadgets and pots and pans.
I mean, she was scooping manure.
She was before she
early
came
in the morning.
and she's also Mrs. Utah, current Mrs. Utah.
Yeah.
So just really cool to kind of hear.
She's stunning and like then down to earth and really
adorable.
Sweet.
But just kind of hearing, you know, a path she thought she was going to take, this professional ballerina, like the top of the top in the world, go there. And that, you know, she decided that wasn't really, although she loves dancing still, that really wasn't the path that brought her happiness with her family. And so they shifted gears completely and found happiness doing something totally different than what they had planned. So I just thought that was inspiring. So it was just cool all the way around to hear lots of inspiration, lots of ways of just loving your life no matter what challenges come your way.
Yeah, the challenges are not escapable. So what do you do?
Yep.
Do you hate the life that you have? Or can you find those little gems, those little bits of awesome? Because little bits equals lots.
Yeah, everybody knows it.
It's
true.
It's true.
I can't wait to see that on a t-shirt.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
So anyway, so that was well, that's awesome. It was an awesome event, and I want to do it again next week.
Me too.
Yep.
What I also loved is as she's starting the event, she's like, we will get better at this every year. That's a great thing. Like I loved her just openness, the girl that put it on, about just like, you know what? We're always working to improve and get better, and we're so excited that you're here. And there's probably things that we're going to mess up, and then we're going to get better at it.
That's awesome. That's a great way to like expose kind of your flaws,
to be vulnerable,
and areas where you aren't as strong, because sometimes you make them I don't know, more shameful or harder to deal with when you kind of bury them, and when you just open them up, people are so supportive, and they're like,
oh yeah,
that's not
don't be
a big deal
embarrassed
at
to
all.
make mistakes, because
that's right.
The mistakes are there, and if you've been embarrassed about them, then it's going to take a lot longer to recover.
That's right.
And then
you have a team of people that get it.
We did do a dance.
Yes, we did.
Ooh.
Yeah. We did kind of get everybody up off their feet, off their seat and on their feet.
That's right. That was
and
fun.
I was completely sweating buckets by the time I had done with the speaking and then dancing.
That'll do it.
Yeah, that'll really do it.
That'll do it for sure.
I mean, I don't really understand the nervous sweats. Can we
know.
just talk about that real quick?
Okay.
Okay, first off, I had like pounding heart going into it. Like I just really wanted to have a message that connected with people. But like, let's say that I'm doing something in church or doing something, I'm talking with somebody, and like, why does it look like why the pits?
Could you Google that for us? Like,
why do you sweat out of your pits?
What happens why is it that when you're nervous that your pits pour with sweat? We want to know. Everyone wants to know.
I don't understand that.
No. And because your face can essentially look dry possibly, and then you raise your hand, you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
The pits.
I mean,
there's got to be
I've had it before where it was like
biological
elbow
reason.
to rib.
Yeah. It's some sort of defense mechanism.
Says your sweat glands are activated by nerves, which can be sensitive to emotions, hormones, and other stressors. When you feel stress, your body temperature rises, prompting your sweat glands to kick in.
Now, are there sweat glands in your
They're larger
hips?
ones in the pits.
I have, if I'm sitting and giving, like if I'm coaching somebody or giving a presentation on Zoom or something like that.
It's the fold between the hip and the leg.
Like that region. It's almost like it fell from the pits and just went flop.
That's the
hips.
puddle. It catches it there. Yeah. There must be larger glands in the pits for sure. You may be unique in the hip leg region.
That was
But-
a post-Beverly thing.
It's hormones.
I've got hormones squirting out my hips.
I always say once I had a baby or got pregnant for the first time, I haven't cooled off ever since.
No.
Like,
You've been
that-
so hot, girl.
you know it. You
You're
know
so
it.
hot, girl.
Mhm. Okay, should I give you a quote of the day?
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
I like that one.
Okay, first
Yeah.
off, did you see his face? He was like,
Oh, which one should I
oh,
push? Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
go with
was
this
guessing.
one.
Let me tell you,
Yep.
we're going to mark that one because that is like,
Keaton's
Oh,
mixed-
yeah.
Keaton's
Hype.
mixed some things up for
Stop.
some other pods.
Hammer time.
he added that?
It's the Hammer's intro music.
Oh, I am.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, we're speechless
oh
now.
boy.
We have been asking for some music for
Hey,
so long.
you don't need to gimmick your pod
Hey,
up with music.
But
We are gimmick.
We love. We are cheesy. Everybody
First
knows
off,
it.
yes.
We
Dorky,
are
quirky,
gimmicky, and we
gimmicky.
love music.
How
so
about
what
you
part of
put
that-
it out to the fans
Yeah.
and
Yes.
see if they should
If they want a little hype
need
music.
Hype music.
Okay.
Or like
we're-
a theme
We're calling
song.
on you. Mm-hmm.
Because-
Isn't she lovely?
It's got to be something with like awesome or a bird chirping
Everything
or
is
something.
awesome.
Yeah.
Chirp, chirp. And then it ends.
Yeah. Boom. Nailed it. Right.
Hey,
Think
I
of
think
it.
the fans like it how it is, but
True.
I'll let them.
They didn't know they had a say, and we thought we had a say, and we got shut up real fast, and now we know people have bigger says than us.
But we'll just use hammer time whenever we want. I like
Yeah.
that one. I knew
Yeah.
that dance, nailed that dance. You know, the in, out, brrr, and you'd
Yeah.
like travel. I can still do it, but I do have what syndrome do I have?
BBS.
Mhm.
Everybody, pray for me. Okay, here's the quote of the day, okay? And it'll lead right into our topic, which
That's
is,
right.
of course, I'll remind you that it is still the month of love. Today
Yeah.
is the 22nd of February. We're going hard with the month of love. So that's just a little hint for what's coming today. Okay, so the quote of the day is, love is a choice you make every day.
Every freaking
Let
day.
that sink in. Love is a choice you make every day. Okay? So, Cass is, you know that reel where it's like they're doing this, Mhm.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yes,
dun, dun,
yes.
dun,
What does
dun.
that mean? Just, it's Italian for what?
He's Italian. It
Think
means
it's
that we
for
do
anything.
this
It-
every
Emphasis.
day. Yeah.
Is this a thing? Just like, what does it mean?
I'm not Italian, but
Mm-hmm.
If
yes.
someone goes like this, you think,
Well, in the
do you
Italian
think?
culture, it's like,
like,
it's this spicy.
That
This
seems
spicy
racist.
meatball.
uh-huh. Never.
Pidge?
Racist to Italians.
Never.
It's not.
Okay.
Never.
It is definitely like, I wish I had some coolness.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Spicy. And
There's, like,
spicy is
nothing
sexy.
cool about whatever I am. I don't have anything cool. I don't have like words that only I can use. I don't have like
I
a
know.
hand signal.
This is what we've been
Ah.
trying to tell you, Pidge.
Yeah. You
I'm
are
just kidding.
pigeon and you're wearing a pigeon shirt. So
know,
And
my
you matter
that's
to
kind of a
us.
thing.
My kids saw it
Yeah.
today and legit called me. They like came to the office to drop something off and
Yeah.
they're like, "See you, Pidge." And I'm like,
Oh,
Oh,
it makes
that
us so
is
happy. You know
adorable.
it does. You
It's
know
not.
it does.
Oh, that is so
they're
adorable.
also going to be listening to this and they're going to
Yes.
remind me about it tomorrow
Yeah.
Good.
because they listen to it when they ride in the car with their mom.
Girls,
Oh, that's so cute.
we love you.
And your sister sent me the cutest. Well, she posted on her story today a very cute thing. Have you seen your sister's story
I
today?
haven't.
Well, you better.
I
And
don't
you'll
really social media at work.
you might like me a little better. So go.
I
take a
wasn't
listen.
included.
Maybe not today.
Ouch.
Maybe not today. Okay, listen up. Okay.
Welcome to my world, Cass.
Today's
Yes,
been
yes.
a little rough for me.
Yeah.
People
Listen
are
up,
out to get
brows
me.
from, straight out of the beauty pageant. You're looking hot, so don't get sassy.
Okay, so
then.
I have,
Oh, is a question?
well, I have something to confess.
I'm scared.
Since we were talking about, you asked if I saw your Instagram today.
Yes.
So
Did you mute
Are
us?
we
No.
muted?
I watch your Instagram. You guys, there's a lot of stories out there sometimes.
Yes.
And so sometimes
But we keep ours kind of right to the point.
you guys do great.
Thank you.
Everything about you is awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
'Kay.
Adjectives
So,
followed by adjectives.
My wife was joking about my hair thinning,
Yes. Yes.
and she was like, "Yeah, why don't you talk to Emily about her collagen thing?"
Uh-huh.
And I was like,
Um,
I've never made it through an entire one of her reels to even know, like, when it gets to the collagen thing.
Yes. You mean stories,
Stories,
not
yeah.
real. Reels are very. If I lose you in the 20 seconds
I'm
of a
sorry.
reel, then you need to work on your
Pitch,
attention.
My bad.
we have been talking to you about collagen
Stories. I
know,
since
but-
you told us.
Yes.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I need the not sales pitch,
Yes.
the not promo code, the not story version.
Yes.
What is this collagen thing?
Yeah.
And what would it make my hair do?
Okay.
Oh.
So where do I even start? 'Kay.
First off, it's the best. Liquid collagen is going to be absorbed better than
What is collagen?
any.
Okay, your body produces collagen, but as you get
Oh, yeah, get
older,
ready.
it produces less and less. In your early 20s and on, less and less. It's what it goes.
Hair,
it's
skin, nails.
joints, ligaments, bones. It goes.
Got it.
It feeds the whole body.
Super important.
Super
so
important.
as you age, it
So I
produces
feel
less
so
and
sorry
less.
for your body right now because
It's probably just
you're
depleted
over 22,
Yeah.
and so it is thirsty. It's thirsty.
for some
It's
collagen.
very thirsty.
Yeah,
So
and
do
it'll
you- what
take
is
10
it?
years off your face.
Do you drink the collagen?
You drink
Yeah.
it, and it's delicious.
So there are different forms. So that's
Mhm.
what's important to know. There's pills, there's powder, and there's liquid.
Mhm.
And liquid is going to be absorbed way better than like any type of gummy, like on vitamins in general.
It's 30 like those are like 30% absorbed. The liquid collagen's like 80-90% absorbed,
Got it.
you know?
yeah.
And we
And-
do have a discount code for our podcast listeners.
I guess give
Yeah.
it to them.
We do.
Yeah, can
Little
we
bits
find
of
the
awesome.
link?
It's simple.
Can they find
We
the link on
need
the
to put the
site?
link on the website.
Yeah.
Can
Cool.
we? Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
this brand in particular is more absorbent.
Mm-hmm.
The way that it's processed is actually going to keep the integrity of the product as well. So if you buy it, each individual bottle is a serving. So you're getting like, it's not getting oxidized. It's staying really good with the potency and like how your body's going to absorb it. But legit, my shoulder, like I have not slept on my shoulder in
Years
15 years.
because of pain.
Yeah. So I
Really?
mean like sleeping
Mhm.
on my side.
So it's like joints and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you have kind of
I
a
do have a little
bad
thingy.
shoulder.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Shh, don't tell the people.
But going to the hair,
Yeah.
people have a lot of regrowth, number one, but it nourishes below the hair follicle to stimulate new hair regrowth, for just nourishing the hair that you have to stop thinning.
hmm
So it kind of does all the things.
See, I used to go and get my hair cut, and one of my favorite things was like the haircut person. I don't go to like a specific person, always a new person.
Oh,
Just
that's
because-
risky.
It is.
Yeah, yeah.
But hair
You
grows
live on the
pretty
edge.
fast.
True.
And mine's pretty short.
True.
And it was always this, oh, wow, your hair's so thick. And I was like,
yeah.
I get that a lot.
Yeah.
And it was like a thing that was like, oh, yeah.
Mhm,
And then I'd be like,
confidence.
and they'd be like, we should probably thin it out. And they'd like use thinning shears.
Yes. Oh.
And then flash forward a few years. I don't know when like the pivot point was.
Yeah.
But there was a moment in the last year or so
Stress.
Yeah.
where like
Mhm.
the person didn't say like,
Oh, you didn't
your
get
hair's
it.
very thick.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's weird. She's probably seen a lot of hair today.
Yeah,
no
yeah,
big
yeah,
deal.
yeah. She's tired.
And I was
She's
just
tired.
like, hey, you might want to just like thin it with the thinning shears. Like, and she's like,
You even recommended the
I
thinning.
was like, I don't think,
I don't
You
think
don't really
you want to
need
do
it.
that.
And
You
I was
don't want
like,
to do that.
oh, okay. And then,
I didn't really think
and then it
about
was
that
like
way.
a few weeks later,
Yeah.
I was stewing on it.
Oh yeah, I was like,
And
what
then-
did that woman mean?
And now it's like, that's all I can think about.
oh my gosh. Well, you
yeah.
need to stop
Yeah,
that
because you're going to be
because you're feeding the
self-prophesying.
problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I don't wear hats now. I'm a
Yeah.
hat guy.
You're worried it's suffocating the
Yeah.
hair follicles.
Gotta give
yeah.
it some, just like
nourishment. Yeah.
Plants. Gotta give
yeah.
it that sunlight.
Yeah.
You do. Let
You
it breathe.
can't
let
overwater
breathe.
it.
Yep.
Okay.
You have.
I
there's-
feel like when I said don't give me the sales pitch, you guys
Yeah.
kind of gave me the sales pitch.
Sorry,
but
we're
I liked
passionate
it.
about it.
I liked
We're
it.
so passionate about
But
it.
the reason why you have to hear why it's different because
Can't
there's
just go buy
like
any
collagen is out there.
So what's this brand that you guys are
It's called
specifically?
Collagen Elixir.
Okay.
And it's
Mhm.
super tasty. Like every morning I
Delish.
get excited about
Mhm.
drinking the
It's
collagen.
it's our little shot. Oh, here we go. What
I
we
was
got?
gonna give you some crickets.
Okay.
Oh, no, it
Okay.
is
Watch it, Pidge.
so
Moving
tasty.
Got
Moving on.
And
Okay.
you want to know something? This is where you need to show up for yourself and your hair with love.
There
Paige.
we go. For the month of love. Okay, so
Right?
does everyone remember the quote of the day? It was so long ago. Love is a choice you make every day.
Every day, love your hair,
okay?
Paige.
Mm-hmm.
Deal.
You missed last week, and we were talking about
Loving your
your
body.
body as it is now.
Oh, we could have talked about college and then.
Oh, we could
Yeah,
have.
we
But we
could
could talk
have.
about college any
But
day.
at that point, you would have been like, just love your hair,
Yeah.
how thin it is, and don't drink collagen.
Yes, but always you want to take care of your body.
You
no
can
matter
love where
what.
you're at while working for what you want.
There we go. Boom.
That's a gem.
You know
Drop
it is. There you go. Okay, so the topic of love, everyone really let that quote simmer in, okay? But today, we're going to talk about love languages.
Mhm.
And some people are so dialed into love languages, they know what theirs is, they know what their friends are, they know what their partners are. I'm kind of like, I've heard them, but I haven't really
You've never read the book.
no, I'm reading a quote here. No, have you read the book Love Languages?
I have not.
Yeah.
I 100% read the book. It changed my marriage.
Really? Well, how powerful.
Yep.
That's why you like this subject. So, since you read the book, tell us the 5 love languages. Should we test Pidge to
Ooh.
see if
And
he
I
even
want to
knows?
know.
Wait.
I want to
That
know if you can know.
random things that
There
I wouldn't have known before.
5 love languages.
No, I want you to
Guess.
which ones we are.
Ooh. Oh, so you're going to say what they are,
Yes.
and then you're going to guess what our love language is.
Like with your spouses.
No, which is
Just in general.
because
It's just
everybody has a way
their
that they
own
like
way
to be loved,
Mhm.
and everybody has a way that they show love. And oddly enough, you generally show love in the way that you like to receive it,
But
which
that
is
doesn't
oftentimes
always work for you.
Well, oftentimes you marry somebody who has
True.
different love languages. Like Brian is 100% opposite than me.
Well, that's what I mean. So sometimes you attract the same, but sometimes you don't, and you need to be dialed into what theirs is
Yeah.
so you can really connect.
So, okay, words of affirmation,
1,
acts of service,
2,
quality time,
3,
giving gifts,
4.
and
know.
physical touch.
I feel like all girls are all 5.
I know that
No.
honestly, I had a thought though coming over. I was like, they all sound very lovely.
And all of them are important,
Yes.
but everybody has some that resonate.
They're a little
bigger for
deeper.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So yes, they're all lovely, and I'll take them all
So
in every way, shape, or form. But
just give us a guess,
Mhm.
Pidge.
I would say Cass is positive affirmation.
Uh-huh.
Words
And then
of
give me
affirmation,
another
huh?
one. Usually it's like 2.
Oh.
Mhm.
Just give them to me again. Once
Yeah.
I heard that one, I was
Words
like,
of
oh, that's
Words of
affirmation,
affirmation,
acts of service,
quality
quality time,
time,
giving
giving
gifts,
gifts,
physical,
physical
touch.
touch.
I would say between quality time and giving gifts.
Okay, very close.
Good. Okay, me.
Very close.
Okay.
I like them all,
I
but
was gonna say you're more all of them.
yes.
For sure the touch.
Ooh,
Um,
I like
it's gonna
that.
be a top
I mean,
2, top 3.
Because
Because I'm a
Ryan,
very huggy person.
Well, and Ryan will massage you for hours
Hours.
on end.
The whole exploded buttocks thing is really working for him.
Sure. For sure positive affirmation. Too.
Okay, good.
Um,
There's one that really stands out for me that you have not said.
Oh,
hmm
Which one?
I think
Acts
it's
of
acts
service.
of service.
Oh, for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I would say I would
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah. Yep. I love that one.
so this is where
Which, did I miss any of you?
no. So the main ones are gifts and words of affirmation.
Mhm.
So let me tell you where I think this came from. So my dad didn't live in the home, right? My parents are divorced when they were very young, and so how did I connect with dad?
Mhm.
Through words of affirmation, because we had a lot of conversations over the phone,
Mhm.
and by giving gifts.
Mhm.
So dad was not like a typical gift giver, but what he gave me was the prize from the Cracker Jack popcorn box.
Isn't that adorable? I mean, this is like a movie, you know?
Right?
The little girl that
As I've
collected the
grown-
Cracker Jack
Yeah,
box
so my dad
prize.
would give me the prizes from the Cracker Jack boxes.
Mhm.
And he'd be like, hey, honey, I got
And
something
believe
for
me,
you.
he was very delighted to deliver
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
little toy, you know?
As I've grown up, I've kind of been like, I actually would have liked the popcorn too, but you ate all of the caramel popcorn.
Yep.
And you gave me the little prize.
Isn't that funny? No, but it's so cute.
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, like, we need to come out with something that you get a prize
Yeah.
in the box. What a cute thing. Like,
Yep.
there's nothing that exists that does that
So
anymore.
Brian could not be less of these 2 love languages
Mm-hmm.
if I paid him $1 million.
So,
what is
yeah,
he?
what are his?
He's acts of service and quality time. Like
Mhm.
Brian truly would do anything for me and
Mhm.
loves to plan adventures with me. Like I mean, he just is that guy. Like, if something's not working, Brian will do whatever it is. So this is where, like, in the beginning of our marriage, so how about this? Gifts. I bought myself a shirt in the month of December, and I wore it for a Christmas holiday party. This is when we were first married. I was pregnant with Dane, so this is like the second Christmas. Brian got the used shirt out of my closet.
No, and no.
And wrapped it up.
For your first Christmas?
And gave it to me for Christmas. And I was like,
this ain't going to work. Nope.
Are you
this
kidding
is not
me?
going to work.
And he's like, anything like in the month of December is like, that's considered Christmas. And I was like,
yeah, but you didn't buy this,
heck
fool.
no. Fool. You gave me a used shirt. I can see the deodorant mark on the shirt.
Oh, I am dying. Wow.
So, like,
he has learned his lesson, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Because he comes in big time.
Oh, he really packs a punch with a gift now. So I was constantly feeling lack of love.
Yeah.
Because he's also not complimentary. Like, every once in a while, he'd be like, babe, you look great, you know? And it's like when I'm wearing like a swimsuit, we're going to go hot tubbing. And I'm like, I bet you think I do. I mean, come on, you're such a dude. But like, he wouldn't notice a shirt. He wouldn't notice if I, you know, did something.
Like, you mean cut your hair or laminate your
It would
brows?
take a while.
He noticed, didn't you notice
Yeah,
the brows?
he did say, so brows going straight up. That's the style. That's his way of complimenting.
Like, did you just meet me yesterday? Anything I do is the style, okay? That's the answer to that question.
So this is why love languages really helped me.
Yeah.
Because Brian is so fantastic.
Yep.
Like,
so just to back up just for a second,
yeah.
is understanding what your love language is and what your partner or your friend or whatever relationship you're in, knowing what that is too is so important. It's not just about how you want to receive love, because he is thinking he's giving you love in all the ways that he likes to give love.
I was reading this book and I was like, acts of service, like Brian does so many things. He's always like, you know, 3 or 4 steps ahead of me. Really, especially when I was like really busy in my career of traveling, like he did everything. I said he was the brains and I was the booty.
Yeah.
So what I learned from reading that book was I have an option of always wanting it my way and only like accepting love that is my style. Or is it possible that he's trying to show love in all these different ways?
Right.
So I started to notice the way that he would do that. And I remember we were having a conversation with a friend of mine, and she was like, oh, well, I just can't keep my husband home at night. He's always playing, you know, in different leagues and different that. And Brian was like, well, I married her to spend time with her. So, like, I don't do it. I mean, and she just looked at me and I would give anything to have my husband think that. But
so cute.
And that's like not even, he wasn't trying to make her feel bad, but she was just kind of questioning him, like, but so why are you in all these leagues that you used to be in?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I never see her anymore. So
yeah. So this is spending time. I gotta like pick and choose where the priorities are.
So sorry, and I'm just gonna wrap that up and then throw in the microphone your way. So what I learned when I read that book, and that was probably my first year or so of marriage, maybe right after Christmas when he wrapped up that
the
shirt.
deodorant used shirt, you know, would shock anybody and send them like, please help me. Like, somebody help me.
I just was so disgusted with that. Also, like Brian, I love to give gifts, and Brian doesn't really care that much about gifts, kind of like Dad. Where every gift we ever gave my dad, he'd say, oh, thanks, honey. You know, I don't think I'd really wear this. Why don't you go ahead and take it back and get something for yourself?
Yeah. Well, until we learned that the only gift to give him is us in a picture frame.
Yeah.
Pictures of us in a picture frame, and he's going to love it.
But if it was a shirt and we were like, Dad, you should wear this shirt. It looks so handsome on you. It wasn't his thing.
We kind of wanted to help him a little, you know, too. But no, this man, he had the shirts that he wore, the shoes that he wore, the jeans that he wore, and you couldn't give him something new and fresh to spark his interest. He already had what he needed. Yeah.
Yeah, so, people hate giving me gifts.
Well, I was going to say, because your love, you like to give gifts.
Yeah.
Would you say that that's a love language of yours? Like, is that how you want people to show love to you?
No, I like hate getting gifts. Like when I get them, I just have like, like unknown like.
You
Yeah.
get
Anxiety.
nervous.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's like it doesn't mean that I don't like the thing that was
Yeah,
given
yeah.
to me, but like
The pressure.
I don't know how to react
Yeah.
to it, and my wife's like tried for 15 years
Yeah.
to coach me
I
on
can
it.
help you.
Eh.
We can do a little acting.
Yeah.
Little
A
acting
little
role play.
session. Yeah.
You know me, like
I know. Whoa.
however I feel like
Yeah.
is like on my shoulders.
Yes.
Like everybody knows how I feel at all times because like
See,
I
I
don't
bet
hide it.
you.
Yeah.
I
Which
bet
is great.
you are quality time,
Mhm.
and I would say maybe physical touch,
Yeah, probably.
You think?
I mean, probably.
and
Like,
maybe acts of service too. Like you kind of are a go-getter. I can't picture you caring that much about. No, maybe because you've been so shocked about the hair thing. Maybe you are words of affirmation.
I'm like secretly a words of
Ooh,
affirmation.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
like, I don't like.
You don't want anyone to
seek
know it.
Yeah, I don't like.
No.
So
I
you're
don't
kind
tell
of this
people I
sort
want
of
it.
Yeah.
odd commodity because what you like to give, how you like to receive it, isn't necessarily how you show it. Because we keep saying, "Pitch more compliments, please." Did you
Yeah.
like what we
Yeah.
sent you?
I'm
That's
opposite,
it. You
'cause-
are words
'cause
of
I like to
affirmation
give
and
gifts, but don't
quality
like to
time.
get 'em.
Yeah.
And like I
You
like
like to
to hear
receive.
compliments,
I
but
like
you
when
get
somebody says I did something cool or
Yeah.
good, but like I'm not fishing for it.
Yeah.
But then like I'm not like actively pushing that on people
Yeah.
unless
Yeah.
like it's like very obvious or something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean
It-
sometimes I am, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I get wrapped up in the whirlwind. So
So do you think your wife has it figured out and how to show you love? And
Yeah.
Do you know what's your wife?
oh man, now you're putting me on the spot because
Yeah.
she's for sure listening to this.
Ah.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Would you say she's words of affirmation, acts of service?
That's why when you were saying them all, I was
Mhm.
like, oh, she reacts positively to all
Yeah.
5.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so like
I know. But like for me, like I love all of them too, and I think in some way they all play a role, but
Acts of
acts
service,
of service
is
is
so
it's
big
so
for you.
giant at the top. Just
Yeah.
I don't need like gifts. I don't even like think about it, like. But if my husband is just actively doing the dishes or coming up and wanting to give me a foot massage, or I come home and he's tidied up the house, it's like I love you.
Yeah.
I love you, and you
yeah,
love
my
me.
wife's definitely like a quality time person.
Mhm.
Like she
That's a good one.
like that. There hasn't been a lot of nights like our whole marriage where like we don't
Do
get
something
back
together.
Hey,
together. Like
yeah.
even if it's just like we're both on the couch or we're
Yeah.
both doing
Mhm.
something, like it isn't like you do your thing, I do mine. We meet at the bed. Like
Yeah.
that doesn't
We
happen.
meet
like,
at
Yeah.
the bed.
like we
Don't
do
But-
you
stuff
think you're
together.
gonna meet me at the bed and you haven't paid attention?
Oh
every
yeah,
single
that's
day?
right. What you
No, no.
expecting to happen at the bed?
Yeah, that's a good. So you say quality time
And then words.
and words of affirmation. Your wife would be top.
No, probably quality time and touch.
Okay.
Yeah,
Touch.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, gifts are interesting because like Allison, Brian, so this is what's great is understanding and appreciating that there's actually a lot of ways that people show love.
Mm-hmm.
And I've learned to kind of like the other ways better. Like I
Than
really don't
your
need
own.
Brian to give me compliments.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah.
I think
I
that's a good point, right?
Yeah.
It's like you might be one or two things, but now that you know that there's these 5
Yeah.
things, and if you recognize them, then you can start recognizing when other people
Yes. That's
are
why it's actually
giving you
huge.
love.
Yeah.
when maybe you wouldn't have recognized it before, and you're like, oh, that person really cares about me because they did X, Y, and Z.
yep.
Mhm.
I typically don't care about X, Y, and Z, but
They're showing me
they're
love.
showing me love, and I
in their
love
way.
that.
When I'm like
Exactly.
weighing it out, do I want a compliment or do I actually want you to take the trash out?
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually want the acts of service. So it
Yeah.
really helped me because I used to be very, very focused on compliments.
Mm-hmm.
And it was when I was more insecure and I needed to work on me. And I remember this one time I was flying home from a convention
Mm-hmm.
and my DMs were just littered with amazing words of affirmation, and just like people being so awesome and so complimentary.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of like, I really don't need a compliment from Brian. Like there's other things, like there's other ways that you can have, like you and I we can fill each other's cup in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to all be on the shoulders of this one person that you're married to.
No, that's very true.
Opening up and being like, I actually love this, and letting them know.
Mm-hmm. But I also think that, so we've talked about the 5 ways of love. Okay. Is this thing like doing all sorts of things I'm missing?
Pidge just keeps bringing up a graph.
Sometimes work gets in the way. And
Yep.
Don't you dare cross over. We want this beautiful picture here. I don't want to see anything else. So we've talked about the 5 different ways that people feel love, express love, but I think understanding what they are, I think it's good to communicate too. So say Brian wasn't a words of affirmation or isn't, it's okay it's good to recognize it, but it's also good for us to stretch ourselves a little bit in some of those other ways so that the person is feeling love if sometimes they just really need that other way, you know?
And I'll tell Brian, like, listen,
today,
I'm going through a real hard time right now. I need you to dig up any compliment you can come up with.
Yeah.
Anything you can come up with, I need to be filling. And I think that that's where communication comes really into play, is saying, I love when you do this.
Yeah.
For me.
Yes.
And I also, like, I would love to know, how can I show you love today?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I like that.
Why do we need to feel that we need to be mind readers? Like, why not just have a conversation about it and not be punishing them for not growing up with the same set of love languages as you?
Exactly. Yeah, because a lot of it has to do with maybe how you were brought up. And just like you were saying with the dad thing, that's how that you kind of learned, okay, this is how someone I love so much expresses love to me. And then that becomes important to you.
Mom is so complimentary.
Oh my gosh. And acts of service too. Mom is very
she'll bring,
good.
Like, she'll bring by a little like bread,
the cookies, a little snack, a little drop by.
And so I just grew up feeling like I was
got it all covered.
The bee's knees.
Mm-hmm. Love overflowing.
I could fart and my parents would be like, good one.
She loves to use that word on the podcast.
She does.
It shocks us every time. Okay, so let's just talk about, we've talked about.
It's a good F word to use if you're going to
Right?
use
That's
one.
right. There
That's
are
right.
some more colorful. We talked about that last week. You weren't here. We didn't
What?
actually say the F word, but we told the story of our dad using the F word
He
maybe
was so
300
farting
times.
mad about that farting van.
Okay, so
I
here
did
we
hear
go.
the van story and laughed.
Yeah, you did? Okay, good.
I gave you a clip about it.
You did.
Yeah, but then
Okay,
we asked you about it and we weren't quite sure that you saw
we
it.
didn't get many words of affirmation. Okay,
Hey,
just kidding.
I'm making a note.
Good. Here we go. So we've got the 5 love languages. So here, if you are words of affirmation, this is what you do. You are verbal compliments that express your love and appreciation. If you are acts of service, any act that eases the burden of responsibility. I like that. Quality time, focus, and uninvited attention spent together, which I think people are getting maybe a little bit worse at, because of the phone and things like that. So I think if someone, when we talk quality time, we're kind of like undivided, Are you laughing at that?
Well, I'm just laughing because my mom is visiting right now.
Mhm.
I know she's going to be listening.
Yep.
So we're driving to my kid's piano recital last night.
Yes.
And she goes, Brian, you are such a good dad.
Mm-hmm.
And Brian is so solid. And she goes, I mean, I've seen you change more diapers. I don't think I've ever seen Kass change Beverly's diaper yet since I've been here.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, thanks, Mom.
Wow.
I'm
But
changing
that
plenty.
is impressive, though.
Yeah, and Brian's like, you know what? This is the day and age where everybody's doing their best to contribute to the family.
Contributing.
We're all pulling our weight.
That is hilarious.
Yep. So she noticed.
Oh, good. Okay, this one on the gift giving thing, I think this is cool because it's not just like you want things and that you care about material things. It's the thought that goes into the gift giving, the thoughtfulness and the effort.
Yep.
So again, like our dad, if we put some thoughtfulness into the gift, he would like it, but he's not interested in any of the material things.
And I look back at really loving that he just thought of me.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I would communicate that to Brian. Like, I actually gave him a list of days that he needs to give me flowers in our marriage or he's just a terrible human being.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you have to make the notes, know, and communicate. It always goes back to communication and understanding.
You'll be like, Ryan, I hope the house is all sparkling clean by the time I get home.
That's right. I have no problem giving the hints
Delegating.
of what I expect and want. And you'll have to help me with this and what you think Ryan is, because, he kind of delivers it in so many different ways. But this one, everyone needs to really take notes, Pidge. Physical touch, okay? This is not sexual.
No.
I want everyone to know.
Got it.
This is not sexual. This is just what is it? That it reinforces your presence.
Yeah.
So just a little
it's just like, I'm happy you're here.
Mm-hmm. And Ryan is so good at that. It's always, I can't go to sleep without his hand right here. And I love him so much, but I don't really need his hand
Love you so much, but I kind of want to know you're there without, I want to fall asleep with just.
He is touching me.
Not feeling you.
100% of the night in one way or another. And I will go back to non-sexual.
Yes.
But I am not kidding. Like, the hand is here. The hand is on the leg.
Oh, if I felt Brian's hot hand on me in the middle of the night, I'd be like,
listen.
Oh, heck no. Get that steamy hot hand off of me.
I have to throw it. I have to throw it off many times, and it comes right back. It comes right back like he is touching the entire time. So anyway, you would say Ryan is?
Physical touch.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would say acts of service would be next. Mm-hmm. And then words of affirmation would be third.
Yeah. But that's how he shows love. How do you think he wants to receive love?
Physical touch and words of affirmation.
Yeah. Very good. Mm-hmm. I would say the same. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's funny with like the physical touch thing because like that's not me at all.
Yeah.
And so
you're like a porcupine.
I guess. But like we'll like be out and about and like I'm like not like the hand holder or like the PDA guy.
Yeah.
Or like it's just like not me.
Yeah.
And so, but my wife likes it.
Yeah.
And so it's sometimes like you just have to recognize yourself like this is what my person wants.
Yeah.
Right?
And
like,
I want her to feel loved.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that reiterates the quote of love is a choice you make every day. So I think that all of this is good to kind of do like a self-examination of, am I recognizing that there's more ways than one to connect with somebody to show them love? Because my kids like it differently as well. And I think that there's actually love languages for kids, and I've never read that one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did look in that too. Because
your kids are very different. Everybody's personality is different. And it helps you appreciate when love is shown from all different ways. Like it would be so sad if I only recognized Brian for the way that of my love languages.
It was a perfect example because I was reading in this article, like this woman was in this relationship and she just was not feeling loved, you know? And I think we know people very close to us who didn't feel loved. And I think the more we educate ourselves on this and the more that we're willing to put some energy into it and also accept people for their differences and everything.
Maybe there actually is another way. I honestly, that's what I'm saying. This book, I think, changed my marriage. And then, so every morning Brian makes the bed. And why does he do it? Because he knows that I love when the bed is made.
Pissed.
That's right.
Yeah.
And he'll hear from me.
That's right.
But
no, exactly. And you immediately are like, he loves me and he's listening.
Yeah.
Which I think is amazing.
But it's such a two-way.
You need to do the same thing. Yeah.
I'll never forget and I don't know why I remember this from Dr. Brinton saying that love is not 50-50. I was over at Rachel's house when I was young, and we were playing at her house, and somebody was asking something about like her mom and her dad, and he said love is not 50-50. Love is 100%, 100%. And it is a choice you make, and you can choose to see whatever you want to see. This is something I was talking to a girl that I was coaching, and I was talking about how when Dane was looking for a car, he was looking on KSL with Brian about a Subaru. And I don't really pay much attention to cars. There's a couple that I've learned to look at recently.
Yeah.
And I just
learned to look at.
Yeah. I didn't even know what a Tesla was, for example. And I'd be like, oh, that car looks sleek. But to me, it could be like a Nissan Maxima or Altima. I don't really know cars that well.
Yeah.
I saw 100,000 Subarus.
Once you were dialed into
Once I was dialed into
Subaru.
that
Yeah.
Dane was looking for a Subaru. We'd be driving. I'd be like, there's a Subaru.
Subaru, yeah.
Well, there's a Subaru. And your brain has a very good way of being efficient. And if you, like you say, like your brain is your supercomputer and your thoughts are the program that it runs. So when you're thinking something, your brain almost does like a Google search. Where can I prove to myself that this is true in my life? So if you want to be shown evidence that your spouse cares about you, hears you, and shows love to you.
Or a partner or a friend.
Yeah,
even.
yeah, exactly. Any relationship in life.
Look for it.
Program that. Do the mental Google search, meaning that you're going to actually think, I want to find where this is prevalent in my life, where this shows up in my life. And it's true about the opposite. But does that get us where we want to be in life? No. So we can say, like, I want to find all the ways that my friends show up for me. I want to find all the ways that when we come in here to the pod box and we're here in the office, that it's just great energy. And that will be the thing that you are shown.
So have you heard of the phrase, the law of attraction?
Oh,
Yes.
So that's like the definition of that, right? Is like the how you explained like the brain and like how it
Putting it out there.
recognizes so many things all the time, but it's only focusing on the things that you're wanting it to focus on.
That's interesting.
And so there's a way that you can kind of hack your brain
Yep.
to achieve things that you want, right? Certain goals in life and certain like, and this could be a whole podcast for another week. But
We'll do
there's-
it.
Do it.
And
You better
honestly,
believe
it's
it.
like super, like this to me is like
So
everything I
fascinating.
like about like the brain because I mean, vision boards, things like that. This is all this idea of like, if it's on your mind, then it becomes like what you do, right?
Yep.
And it becomes a part of your life and it becomes a thing that you're attracted to. And then things happen
They're
around
attracted
you
to you.
that end up getting to that point. And so it's kind of cool because you're using it as a specific like love or affection or all of that. But that is like the reality, right? What the law of attraction of how is this person using their love language now that I recognize it and now that I see it and it's on my board, right? And then I'm going to notice it.
And it's going to show up more often than you ever thought. Yeah.
There's so much research around this and how, like, if your life is not going in the direction that you want it to, you can learn and you can retrain your brain to look for the things that are going your way.
Oh, yeah.
And the way that people are showing up for you and the way people that they are showing love to you. And
it works in the opposite way too. If you're always focusing on the negative, then like the negative things
takes over.
Will continue to happen. And that's where that negative influence like can get a grasp of you and get a hold of you.
The good news is we have a lot more control than we think, you know, and if we just give power to it, amazing things can happen. Now, we are going to finish up.
Yes, we are. Because I got a little girl with a swim lesson.
Yep. Okay. So, our little bit of awesome today, I was working out on a YouTube workout. And this song, I've heard it many times. And I remember every time it's like, I really like that, you know. And then it just came to me and I wrote it down yesterday. So, this is the song and this line that kept going. It says, "What do we do to love?" And then later on it says we can never say it too much, or you never can do it too much, you know. And I just think that that's a great thing to kind of end with of like, what do we do to love? And yeah, we talked about the love languages and what matters to us and what matters to our partner. But this is every single day whether you are waiting in a line at a grocery store, are you looking around to smile at someone, to recognize someone and make them feel like you saw them and that you cared that they smiled? Or are you calling people? Are you looking for opportunities to show your friend that you love them by shooting them a text or dropping them a treat? Or there's so many ways that you can show love, and you can never do it too much. And I think the more you kind of just make that your focus, I mean, you're going to win every time.
Totally. You know? And I got this quote or this text from Angela, and she said, just listening to your podcast episode where you talked about when we met. So grateful you came up to me and wanted to be friends. So grateful for you, for your friendship and love.
Oh, that's adorable. Yep.
Isn't that great?
Oh, it is. It's awesome.
So everybody, today we want to challenge you to look for ways to show love and look for ways that you're receiving love and just kind of keep that in your mind, especially as we're rounding out the month. This is the last podcast of the month.
Yep.
Make it a lovely day, a loving day.
Oh, always.
A lovely week.
We want to mention, we forgot, Dad's motto. Dad's motto on his gravestone is love all people in all places at all times. And that's what we need to do.
Yep. And this episode is brought to you by Helen Nutrition.
Cheers to that.
We are both sipping on BCAAs. It is a lifestyle company with clean supplements. You know what you're putting into your body. No proprietary blends. It's delicious. It's nutritious. Check it out. And we're so happy that you can get a deal on Helen Nutrition on any of their products by using code AWESOME.
That's right. You heard it here. She said it all, people.
That's right. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye now.